like CNN, like BBC, that they just give us the truth. Is that true? That's a lie. When you see the men who are behind these editors and the ones who are actually putting out into the public words that work for that you now could be riled up with Black Lives Matters and this matters and that and that and the other. And every time he as an individual, and they will say it, who is Donald Trump? Because it's the media responsibility to keep the people thinking a certain way. But what Donald Trump is doing is like he's throwing a what? A big wrench in the wheel. And he is saying, I am not affiliated to none. I'm an individual, and an individual is going to operate as he was designed to operate. And what is happening is that they can't relate with individuality. And Donald Trump is an individual, as it is saying in the world, a self-made man. He wasn't made by any politician, Democratic nor Republican. He was made by God, and he is carrying out his responsibility. This is why they call him Nebuchadnezzar. Read scripture. And because now he stands upon values and principles, and the values and principles we ought to adhere to. And if we believe on the idea of this country, what this country was founded on, then we ought to be rational, reasonable citizen and debate vigorously and not protest. He is the president. We ought to accept it. Yes, we may disagree on values and points. However, it's the security and the safety of our nation we ought to be standing firmly on. Are we doing that? But what the media is doing is that they are using words to ignite anger, dissension, indifference with your own kind. If you're a black man and you're promoting Trump, how you could do that? So now race become an issue which doesn't exist. Race has no type of belonging in the human existence, because we're a human person. We are not race. We have ethnic diversity, yet we are kind within kind. This is why all human beings could intermarry, intermingle, and have offsprings. We are not as a result of random chance. We are designed creatures by the Creator, if you have a theological, philosophical bent. So now, the mind, if it's not utilized based upon the truth, then you won't have a will. You won't have your ratson. You won't have that which enable you to be whole and perfect and functional. You would not be that person that the Lord has willed into existence. You see, that word will, it's ra. Not ra, but ra, with the hair at the end. And it means to satisfy a need. A will is to satisfy a need. The will of a man is what? It ought to be to satisfy a need. And it can only satisfy your need. It goes towards individuality. And if you don't know your point of origin, what is going to happen? Your will turn into a ra. Your will turn into a ra. Ra, this is will, to satisfy your need. This, you know what that word means? That word means to break into pieces. To break into pieces. You see, this is like two eyes in the head. You're only seeing with what? From your own self. You're only seeing from within. Your two eyes in your head. You become so self-absorbed that you can't see what? You can't behold what is before you. You see now, Ra, which means to satisfy one's what? To satisfy one's need is to what? Behold the eye and the head. Is to behold who you are. Behold who you are. Behold the eye and the head. But when the eye become only part of the head, it's self-absorbed. There is no what? There is no means of growth. There is stagnation. Listen, where we are in a culture right now, we are at the place where we are so narcissistic, we are so infantile,